Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Hi, this is Arthur Robinson Jr. I am the creator of PowerfulInterviews.com. I am the creator of Audio Secrets Training Event.com. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this phenomenal video. In this interview, you're going to experience life-changing information that you will not find anywhere else. I have secured an incredible interview with a great friend of mine, international speaker, the mega millionaire, the beautiful Elena Cardone. Elena Cardone has been on TV segments like CSI, The Young and the Restless, and many more media outlets. So in this interview, you're going to hear exclusively about Elena Cardone break down layman's terms about the power of branding. She also break down layman's terms about the power of branding by building great relationships. Elena Cardone, she also break down layman's terms about how you can be a powerful brand online as well as offline. So remember, this is not bullshit information. The correct information will change your situation. Wealthy people take advice from other wealthy people, and unfortunately, broke people take advice from broke people. So right about now, go get your pen and your pad, sit back and relax, and write down some notes. In this interview that I'm going to reveal to each and every one of you with my great friend, international speaker, the phenomenal mega millionaire, Elena Cardone, this interview is going to change your life. So check it out.
Today, I have a wonderful person on the call, and she's a great friend of mine. Her name is Elena Cardone. And for those that don't know Elena, let me explain to each and every one of you about this incredible, phenomenal woman. Elena Cardone was born in Spain and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. After graduating high school, she moved to Los Angeles at 17 and immediately started working as an elite model in numerous high-fashion print editorials and national commercials. Elena then began pursuing her dream of becoming an actress and started with guest starring roles in television, which subsequently brought her to the attention of television mogul Peter Engel and landed her role of Lauren on the hit NBC series USA High, and that is an awesome, impressive resume. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome the one, the only, the beautiful Elena Cardone to the show.
What a fabulous welcome. Thank you, Arthur.
Well, I'd like to thank you, Elena, for taking time out of your busy schedule to educate me and the listeners worldwide about the power of branding. I gladly appreciate it.
Oh, yes, you got it.
To everyone that's listening on this show, I highly recommend go and get your pen and your pad right now. My great friend Elena Cardone is going to break down layman's terms about the power of branding yourself online or offline. Is that correct, Elena?
Yes. Well, let's do it.
Now, what I'd like to know, and can you explain to the listeners in layman's terms, who is the beautiful Elena Cardone? How long you been in your powerful industry, and what is your expertise?
Well, I started off as an actress in Los Angeles, and as you said, I was on several successful TV shows, USA High to 8 Simple Rules, to NCIS, Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, etc., George Lopez show. I mean, lots and lots and lots of TV. And at that time, I was solely focused on just being an actress, and that was like pretty much all I had focus and attention on. Then my life segued into kind of another arena when I met my husband, Grant Cardone. Then we became married and had 2 kids, and it was at that point that my focus on just the acting really expanded into a much bigger realm. We moved to Miami about 3 years ago, and we started our own network. It's called GrantTV.com. It was formerly called Whatever It Takes Network, and there's like a whole plethora of shows that we do to really educate and help people with entrepreneurial skills and business to really enhance and ensure their success in life. So that is really who I am now, a mother, a wife, and a producer of this TV network. And I just, it's just interesting to me that, no matter where you are in your life, you can go and just start over and really expand if that's what you want to do.
Now, I was reading your impressive resume, and I seen that you did some modeling in Japan. Is that correct?
Yeah, I spent about 2.5 months in Tokyo.
Wow.
When I was about 19 years old, and that was like really eye-opening experience as well, just because it was the first time I'm really on my own. I'm in another country. I'm meeting other people and learning another culture. It was really an amazing experience.
Can you explain to the listeners in your own powerful way, what is the best advice that you have ever received?
The best advice I have ever received is really surrounding yourself with really good people that actually have good intentions for you. Younger in my life, I thought I had friends who supported me and, would claim that they did, but at the same time, they were offering me, marijuana or drinking or staying out and partying until 4 and 5 in the morning and, just other recreational drugs, if you will, and I thought these people were my friends and whatnot because that was kind of cool and the thing to do. But in hindsight, I look back at those times and I just feel a lot of time and energy and emotions that are involved with that really kind of derailed me and slowed me down from where I wanted to be ultimately. And it actually wasn't on my purpose line. So the most important advice I would give someone is to really surround yourself with people who really have good intentions, like really good intentions. Like someone who's going to say, wake up. What are you doing? You're wasting your time. Get home. Why are you out at 5 in the morning? Like, go home at 11, please. Like, you know what I mean? Like a friend who's really got your back that wants you to succeed. Wake up, show up for the interview, go hustle even harder, have a good attitude, knock off your negativity. Those are friends. Those aren't like complainers or whiners. Those are actually good people to have around.
So who you spend time with and who you listen to, that's who you're going to become.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You're going to hang out with people who don't pay their bills and blaming all their responsibilities on somebody else. It's somebody else's fault. I mean, you are kind of who you hang out with. It's hard not to kind of fall up into that stream of people. So, I mean, it all depends on who you want to be. And if you want to be great and you want success, then you must surround yourself with other like-minded people who are willing to do, ethically, of course, whatever it takes to get it done, whether it's show up early to the job, stay late, be dependable. That ties into what you were saying earlier about branding. It's like, how do you want to brand yourself? Do you want to be the party girl? Do you want to be the dependable one? Do you want to be the one, like, what is your purpose? Who do you want to be known for? And then align yourself up with that and the people who promote that message.
So without purpose, you have no focus?
For me, that's the number one thing that someone needs to know in order to figure out this whole branding thing is the message. What is your purpose? What is your message? Write it down. I mean, some people just don't know, and they're just kind of going, through life, just kind of going through the motions, which is fine if that's what you want, but I have a feeling those people kind of feel unhappy at times, or maybe they're content, and then this message isn't for you. But for the people that really want to achieve greater things in their life and think that they're not operating at their full potential and that something is holding them back, I would say the very first thing to do is find your purpose, find your message. What is it? Who do you want to be? And write it out, and then take the steps and the actions of becoming that person. But assume that person immediately. You don't have to go through, if you want to be an actor, let's say, because that's what I am, you don't have to go through 20 years of acting school. Like, write down, your purpose. Like, what is your purpose? Do you want to entertain people? Do you want to make people laugh? Do you want to have people escape their life for a moment while they're watching you? I mean, what is the purpose? Write it down and then take the actions to get there. Like for me, my purpose has changed. I want to be a really good supporter to my husband. I want to be an awesome mother and raise two really powerful women. And I really want to help my community and my group. So what do I have to do that? I have to get involved with my community. I have to go to events. I have to plan how I'm going to make a difference in my community and then go out and do it. For my husband, like how does he need my help? How can I, from getting him a lunch to helping with the network to reviewing papers to what is it and what am I willing to do? So figure out the purpose and then take the actions to get it done.
You mentioned that powerful word, purpose. Can you explain to the listeners, what do billionaires and millionaires do on a consistent, regular basis that unfortunately broke entrepreneurs just don't do?
What kind of entrepreneurs don't do?
What do millionaires and billionaires do that unfortunately broke entrepreneurs just don't do?
Well, broke entrepreneurs, the definition of entrepreneur is a person who's willing to put his financial means, so to speak, at risk in rewards to pay off in the long run. And so millionaires and billionaires, as you said, these are people who have a high purpose. Usually it's to help people. Bill Gates wanted to help people and get his communication systems into everybody's hands. He wanted to revolutionize the world. I mean, take anyone and you can almost see what their purpose is. I think it's millionaires and billionaires really have an intense passion to help people, and they're willing to do whatever it takes and risk whatever necessary because they are so sold on their product and services that they're willing to back it with courage. People say it takes money to make money. That's a lie. It takes courage to make money. And broke entrepreneurs probably aren't sold on themselves or their product or services. They don't realize their value, and they're not willing to tell someone about it. I have a lady who's just wonderful. She comes over, she helps me with my kids, she's a babysitter, and she's been working with me, I don't know, for 6 months now, and I just found out she does this MLM, like I forget what the product is. It's a skincare line, and she didn't tell me about it. Now, why would she? And she's having trouble breaking through to the next level of her MLM of this, selling her products. Well, the problem that she's having and why she is quote unquote a broke entrepreneur is because she's not sold on her products and services. She's more afraid that she's going to break some professional boundary with me if she tells me about her product, rather than being so sold on her product, rather than coming to me and saying, Mrs. Cardone, when would be an opportune time for me to tell you about some skincare line that I know is going to revolutionize your skin, and it would actually be wrong for me not to tell you? When can I have 10 minutes of your time? That's someone who's willing to be courageous, get a meeting, who's sold on their product, rather than working with me for 6 months and I find out about the product because somebody else had the courage and believed in the product to tell me about it.
You say you have to be sold on your product. So once people like you, respect you, and trust you, that's when they want to invest in you because you are the brand?
Right. Well, if you believe in your products and your services, you're going to you're going to be willing to make 10 phone calls or follow-up phone calls when somebody else is going to be too afraid to insult a person or to upset them. And a person who's sold on their product and who is determined will make 10 calls, 15 calls, 20 calls, show up, deliver the, get in your face in a respectful manner, but until they close the deal. That's someone who's going to be a lot more successful in the long run. Because they're going to work up that courageous muscle of whatever that takes to bust through that social veneer of quote-unquote politeness The second thing to this branding puzzle, first being purpose, the second is pound the message over and over. Be willing to make these follow-up calls, do a blog, figure out your niche in social media, pound it over and over and over. Let people say you're doing too much, because what comes on the other side of that too much is you then become the expert in your field, and people go, oh, when I need a facial cleansing cream, I'm going to this person. I'm going to Elena because she's the expert, because they've already seen, 50 creative tweets that don't look like spam or Facebook or this or that, or she's called me 10 times. She must really believe in this product. My name comes to the top of her mind if she's thinking, so you have to become the expert in your field and be willing to pursue through all the uncomfortableness, to pound your message over and over and over until you become the expert in your field and people know who you are and trust you, and you're exchanging with your customers and giving them you. You're backing that product. I mean,
wow.
Look what Howard Schultz had to do to get coffee. I mean, coffee back then, everybody had a coffee machine in every freaking house in America. They made their own coffee. Nobody went to a store and bought a 50-cent cup of coffee for $4.
True.
I mean, imagine trying to get that project off the ground. Or bottled water. People drank it out of their sink. Who was going to go pay for water?
Now, let's talk about video. Now, I know a couple of years back, Google bought YouTube for $1.6 billion, so video is hot right now. Can you explain to the listeners that are listening right now, should entrepreneurs and business owners, authors, speakers, or seminar leaders, should they use video to excel to the next level, and should they use video to expand their brand?
They should use any means possible. They should be shooting so many YouTube videos and putting them up so that when someone Googles them, they become the expert in the field. Let's say, I used to do these videos, Diary of a Modern Woman, and I would shoot these clips and post them. So when anyone Googled my name, all these Diary of a Modern Woman came up. So I became the expert in what is a modern woman. Now I've segued it into another show called Women in Power. But yes, my answer to that is yes, absolutely. They should immerse so much content on the internet that there's just pages and pages and pages of clips and videos or whatever it is that they're doing, how-tos. And there's Meerkat and Periscope, which are now these apps where you can actually interact live with the person. It's not just a video, but you can click onto the app or via Twitter and actually see in real time what someone has to say, and then you can type in your questions. If they read your questions, they can answer your questions as if they're talking to you. These are all like really awesome means to connect with the world and really get your message and your branding out there. And the people that are ahead of this game and on top of it are the ones really benefiting right now. Becoming out of obscurity. Money follows attention. You asked me about millionaires and billionaires. Money follows attention. And the things that successful entrepreneurs all break through is they were willing to get attention. They're willing to be seen. They're willing to get their brand known. Like no one can buy your product or services if no one knows about you. You're in obscurity. The number one rule of success is showing up. It's becoming out of obscurity. You have to get out of obscurity if you want to be successful.
What is your definition of marketing, and what does marketing mean to you?
Marketing is, that's not my really expertise field, but marketing is is branding. It's marketing. Using these means to get your message out there. What communication lines are you using to get out of obscurity on?
Wow. So would you say that marketing done right is the quickest path to the sell?
Marketing does, yes, but then you, at the end of the day, have to be the closer. You have to be willing to ask for the order and the business. You can't just place an ad and then not follow up. Marketing's great because it gets you out of, gets you in more places, but you do ultimately need to follow up and call people back. I'm shocked. Groupon will place an ad and get me in a hair salon. I'll buy the Groupon. I go to the hair salon. Great marketing ad. $30 haircut. Normally $100. I'm sold. Marketing worked. I go in. I get my hair done. I leave. And guess what? I am never a customer again. Why? Because the hair salon didn't get my information, ask if they could have my email. Hey, can we let you know about follow-up promotions? No one calls me back that did my hair in 6 weeks and says, hello, Mrs. Cardone, you were here 6 weeks ago. It's probably time to get your hair colored again. How about a haircut? Why don't you come on in? Why does nobody follow me up? If somebody did that, how could I say no? I'd be like, oh my God, you're right. I so need my haircut. Put me down at 2 o'clock. I'll be in. You understand? So marketing does a good job. If marketing is done properly and well, it does good getting. It could get a good job of getting a client or customer in, but it's ultimately you that has to do the work to follow up, to continue to keep the client and to continue growing your business.
Wow. This is an incredible interview, and I appreciate you coming on my show today.
Oh, yeah.
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
Elena, explain to the listeners in your own powerful way. Let's talk about delegation. Now, I know the minimum wage of a millionaire is around $524 an hour. So I always tell my clients and my listeners, what can you delegate for $524 an hour, or what can you delegate that is within your budget? How important it is for entrepreneurs and business owners to delegate tasks out to people that can actually get those tasks done?
I learned this from my husband, Grant Cardone, because this was actually a lesson that I needed to learn, because a lot of business owners in America, actually they only have one or two